Hello, everyone. Welcome to It's Sybil. I am Sybil Wilkes. We don't have a lot of time, so let's get right to it. How you doing, Myra J?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Young Kwyn, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And Stephen Hill is not here. He's on vacation with his bride. So here we go.
Thank you. It's been a great evening, everyone. Enjoy
Good night.
yourself.
Tip your waiters and waitresses, and do not try the veal. Myra J, how are you feeling?
I'm on the mend. I will put it that way. I am on the mend. I thought I was well enough to go out today, and I just went. And it looked like it might be a raindrop somewhere in America. I think I'm gonna stay in the house another day.
Well, it's a good thing you're not in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I hope no one is tempted unless you absolutely have to get out. We had rain and sleet, and the storm has taken on a life of its own, and it's ruined a lot of our lives, disrupted travel, a lot of accidents, power outages, and what have you. So it's been quite the journey here, just getting out of the airport, as people, can tell I'm here in my home office, not in New York as I was scheduled to be. Did part of the show yesterday from the airplane with Damon and Ahmed, and thank God for them that were able to run the show because we were sitting on the runway, for lack of a better term. They were de-icing, and we needed more gas because of the route that the pilot was going to take, and then at one point, the pilot said, if they don't get to us now, I'm warning you that in 17 minutes, I go off the clock, according to the FAA regulations. And so we started the countdown, and sure enough, we got to it. And they're like, well, they're coming. And he's like, nope, sorry, rules are rules. And they took us right back to the airport. That flight was ultimately canceled at about 11:30, 12 o'clock last night, 11:30. They let us know as they kept pushing the flight back. And finally, at about 12 o'clock, we were at the whim and whimsy of a rideshare app, and almost got taken by a driver. But anyway, there was a saint out there, a young man who does drive share, and took us 19 miles, but it took a while because of the weather. So that was my day, and hopefully still get to New York tonight into tomorrow morning. Fingers crossed, please. Prayers, traveling mercies.
All that.
I didn't know they had regulations of how long they could work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that was the problem with a number of flight crews too. Right. Yesterday.
For the flight attendants and the pilots, can only work so many consecutive hours. Yes.
And the FAA says you got to leave. And he's like, okay, sorry, got to go. And he's like, and really, I wondered if an exception couldn't have been made because he was trying to get home to New York, just as many of us were trying to get to New York. But I don't make the rules.
He would have to stay. Would they have sanctioned him? Them? Would they gotten a fine, or would he have lost his job?
I don't know what the punishment is for this, but it was enough to make him say, we're going to turn this around.
Because 17 minutes is not that long. So that's, I'm like, dude.
Trust and believe, it's longer than you know. But it is also not enough time for them to do what they need to do, because there was a lot of de-icing steps that had to take place, as well as putting more fuel in the plane. It was absolutely crazy. Absolutely. So, young Kwyn, while we were yesterday efforting to do the show, there was a young friend of yours, and many viewers and listeners heard from your friend Chandrick Mann, and he is your story in the newsletter. Tell us about your friendship and this young man, who was really quite impressive, but you give a more detailed picture actually than he did in terms of what has happened to him.
Yeah, so Chandrick is someone that I know from the artist community. He is a rapper. He is a curator of events. He is a son. He is a wonderful, wonderful friend. And he's also a comrade in the plight for freedom. And so one of the nonviolent direct actions that was planned in Chicago during the uprising of 2020, there was 4 organizers that were falsely charged with assaulting police. And one of them, unfortunately, was Chandrick. I wasn't there at that action, but I did end up seeing the viral video on Twitter that you can see in the newsletter of him being attacked by police. And CPD is claiming that he attacked them.
The Chicago Police Department.
Yes, I'm sorry. The Chicago Police Department is falsely charging him of assault of a police officer, and he is facing serious jail time. He has lost 2 jobs over the course of 3 years, although having no prior conviction. And this is just, unfortunately, another young Black man that has been targeted due to the fact that he was fighting for the injustice. This is, during the uprising of George Floyd, but also Chicago has a lot of distress for Chicago Police Department, especially when we think about Officer John Burge and all the torture he implemented, as well as the lying that Chicago Police Department did for Rekia Boyd, a Black woman that was also innocently murdered. And then we also have Laquan McDonald that was shot 16 times.
17.
Oh,
17 times.
Oh my God, 17 times. Oh,
in the back.
Shot
in the back. Running away. Yep.
Times running away. And the whole, not even just CPD tried to cover up, but even went up to just our mayor that was trying to cover up this incident. So it was a very, very, 2020 was a very, very real tense time in terms of relationship with police and civilians. And so Chandrick was on the front lines. He was severely beaten, injured, and he's still paying legal fees, hospital fees, therapy bills right now. And so I know that it's been a hard journey for him. I know his car was just repossessed last week. And so I personally, I just wanted something else to do for him. And so I know how powerful this platform is. I know we have amazing, wonderful people that are connected that watch this show every day. And so I really implore all of you to check out the newsletter. Even if you can't donate to his cause, at least share the link. Contact him, send good spirits his way, because this is a person that is fighting a really hard fight. And it's hard to do when you're by yourself. So just check it out, Chandrick Man. And you could Google his story as well. But unfortunately, the first picture that comes up is his mugshot. And so I just want to know there is a full person behind this story.
Right. And the picture really endears you to him, because he just looks like a kid, taking a selfie in the car. And he could be, like with any of the young people that we have seen unjustly used by the police to make a point or to justify whatever it is they do. He looks like he could be our sons, our nephews, our cousins, our brothers. And that is Chandrick Man. And just a really, he's a sweet kid, if I can call him that. I don't want to offend him or his personhood. But I must say that Damon was really quite taken by his story, and Damon's son is also an activist in Chicago. And so I think that they have made a connection as well as other people. And thank you for Kwyn for putting that information out there. That's the kind of thing that we need to do, is to use whatever power we have, whatever reach we have, in order to tell people's story and to get others of our news crew to do something and to take action and help them. And
I'm grateful that you extended your hand, not for me to be part of this team, but to allow to talk about it, because a lot of times when people think about activism, they think about what they can do, It really is just by awareness. And so really taking the time to share a link is doing something. And I don't want to devalue that. If that's all that you can do, that is helping somebody. So sign up for the newsletter, share the link. Even if you want to watch the video, I know with all these videos, it is highly traumatic and triggering if you don't want to watch another Black man get beaten by police. But just let somebody know about this young man who needs help. But I appreciate it. Thank you, Sybil.
No, thank you for doing it. We appreciate it and want to keep the word out there. So share it with your text chain buddies, your Facebook, family and friends, all of that stuff. And hopefully we can spread the word and help this young man in a way that we could not help another young man, and that was Tyree Nichols. And of course, that is something that we're talking about on the regular in the What You Need to Know newsletter. The newsletter is a Monday through Friday effort, and it is absolutely free. We'd love to have you subscribe. Just go to SybilWilkes.com, give us your name and your email address, and it will be in your email box every Monday through Friday morning. We have Kwyn, who is our LGBTQ plus contributor, as well as Coy Malone, who is our social justice activist, and Aprilette, who is our mental health and wellness, and Cameron is also working with us as a political contributor. So all of these stories are in the newsletter throughout the week, and so we ask that you support them, and when they bring causes to you, let's take action. And one of the other things that we have, features that we have in the newsletter, is our Black and Missing. This is our weekly feature regarding young and sometimes elderly Black people who are Black and missing. And this is the Black and Missing Foundation, and they are doing great things to spread the word about people who have gone missing, and their families are looking for them, and they're not getting the kind of response or help from law enforcement or those that are supposed to be looking for them. And today it is Shakila Denise Stepney, and Shakila has been missing from her home in Temple Hills, Maryland, since the 6th of December. Shakila is described as disabled. She is 31 years old and Black skin, brown, medium brown complexion, actually. She's 5 feet 8 inches tall and 265 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. And if take a look at her picture in the What You Need to Know newsletter, if she looks familiar to you or you have some information of her whereabouts, please go to the Black and Missing Foundation. Happy Black History Month, everybody. And
yes.
Black history is every day, as we learned on the Tom Dorner Morning Show, but definitely is a feature that we have in the newsletter. And so check out the Black History Fact every day in the What You Need to Know newsletter. How about that, huh? Okay. As far as other things that we have in the newsletter, I do want to talk about the president and the health update. And he's going to end the COVID-19 emergencies on May 11th. He made the announcement that he will end the twin national emergencies for addressing COVID-19 in May, as most of the world has returned closer to whatever was normal before the pandemic hit. This move to end the national emergency and public health emergency declarations would formally restructure the federal coronavirus response to treat the virus as an epidemic threat to public health that can be imagined through agencies' normal authorities. And so that means that a lot of the freebies that we've gotten, like the COVID tests and what have you, those are going to go away. We're going to have to pay for them. And for a lot of people, what does that mean? That means they're just going to be like, okay, so.
So
maybe I have COVID, maybe I don't.
Yeah. It's gone from a pandemic, wear masks, to, hey, stop coughing on me.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was thinking the same thing in the airport last night. This guy, I'm wearing my mask and people saw it yesterday, but this guy's like, he's coughing up a lung. And I'm looking at him like, dude, really? Really?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing, because I'm too tired to be ferocious right now. But it's crazy that we have not gone back to, covering our mouths when we cough or, with an elbow or whatever. They just in their hand, and their hand is usually open.
It's like, just let the juices fly. I'm like, oh, really? No, I still wear a mask on the plane, and I find that most people don't, which everybody, make yourself feel comfortable, but I just feel more comfortable with the mask on. And every time I hear somebody cough when I'm on the plane, I'm like, well, I have another layer of protection. That's what, I'm feeling like a superhero, like, I'm wearing a mask. Da, da, da.
Right. Yolanda and I travel together, and she doesn't wear a mask because she says that it makes it difficult for her to breathe, and she has other health issues. So that, as far as I'm concerned, but whatever it is, most people are just stubborn and just, they don't care. And so now that they don't have to, I'm not going to. And okay, whatever, pulls your skirt up. But it is what it is. And we're getting back to whatever normal was before all of this started. I also want to bring to people's attention, Cameron wrote a great story about the value of Haiti. Haiti is in a state of crisis, the country. The Caribbean nation is in a state of crisis. And I was telling someone on the Willie Moore Jr. show, I've had tremendous opportunities to go and to do some really interesting things while working with Tom. Myra, we broadcast from South Africa twice. We were the first urban syndicated radio show to broadcast from South Africa after the end of apartheid and as a part of the Mandela administration, meeting President Mandela, Robben Island, all those things in another part of the world. Going to the White House several times, the inauguration of President Obama, you name it. Tom has allowed us and taken us along on a lot of these things. The one thing that I'm thinking about today as we look at the story about Haiti is what has happened to this beautiful country. We always knew that there was some political unrest and with the Duvaliers and Papa Doc and Baby Doc and what have you. But there was a real effort to bring democracy to Haiti. And that experiment, which is really what we're all going through in the United States as well as other countries in terms of trying to create a democracy, that experiment has failed in Haiti. And now Haiti, and especially the capital, Port-au-Prince, is run by gangs. 100% of that country is run by gangs. Just a few months ago, it was maybe 40, 50, 60%, and now it's overrun. They do not have people in government. They assassinated their president last year. The senators who were more or less just figureheads, they've walked out, and now the country is just in a complete downfall.
And it's one of those places that just seems to have one hardship after another. They've had two very, very severe earthquakes.
Right.
They've been hit by hurricanes. It's so much poverty and devastation there. And this is what I'm going to say, may be controversial, but it is my own opinion. One of the reasons why Haiti has it's been allowed to go the route it is because it doesn't have anything that the United States wants. Because
if they found something, they would
trust
go
me.
for it.
If they found diamonds or platinum or oil underneath that soil in Haiti, they would go, "Oh my goodness, we need to."
And especially as a Black country, they would go in like China has done with a number of African nations on the continent, and plow and try to get the gold and the diamonds and everything else out of that country.
It pains my heart. It pains me. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. So take a look at that and pray for Haiti. Please just pray for Haiti. Okay, I had to breathe there, and Yolanda will appreciate that. Breathing along. As I said, the newsletter has a number of different topics that we think you'll find of interest in it. And one of the things that I talked about was the continuance of looking at what's going on in Memphis, Tennessee. And they just had the funeral of Tyree Nichols. It was powerful. It was painful. It was heartbreaking. And yet it was invigorating to know that people are they're poised for action. That Tyree Nichols' name will never be forgotten. Just as we remember George Floyd's, just as we remember Rodney King's, just as we remember Breonna Taylor, there were inflection points along the way in which there are several names that we will never forget. And Tyree Nichols obviously is going to be one of those. And so take a look at our coverage of this in the What You Need to Know newsletter, and also the conversation of what happens next, not only regarding the police and fire department, perhaps employees going on trial, but also regarding from a federal perspective, policing bills that just kind of sit and fall by the wayside. The president is going to give his State of the Union address next week. In the audience are going to be the parents of Tyree Nichols, his mother and his stepfather, the Wells family. And they were invited at the invitation of the the chairman of the Congressional Black Caucus, Stephen Horsford of Nevada. And so they will be in the audience. And I hope the president will speak out regarding the George Floyd policing bill as a result of this. But there's a lot of go back and forth between the Democrats, Republicans, the House, and the Senate. And the game of politics reigns over all of this, especially as it regards Black people and their treatment by the police, unfortunately. So that's the What You Need to Know newsletter. And on a happier note, happy National Pizza Day.
I did not know today was Happy National Pizza Day.
Well, Myra, this may be an opportunity for you to take part in the celebration of National Pizza Day and order one. They do deliver a number of them. But on National Pizza Day, asking what your favorite pizza is, and especially like the crust. Are you thin? Are you a thick crust girl? Deep dish? What's your favorite toppings? And what's your favorite pizza joint? Anybody have any thoughts on that?
I'm going so against my city, which is known for deep dish.
No!
I do not like deep dish. It's like eating a loaf of bread. I need a thin crust pizza.
Boo!
I know.
Boo!
Take my Chicago card.
Myra, how do you go home without having a slice of deep dish?
Very easy. I find a place that serves thin crust and order that.
Oh my gosh, I never knew that. Oh, Myra, I don't know. We can continue our lifelong friendship.
I know. I never wanted to share that with you, Sybil, but yeah, I'm a thin crust person. I really am. Because you get more pizza. It's more cheese and more toppings. And
no, you
yummy
don't.
Goodness.
You've seen the size of a good Giordano's deep dish pizza?
With this much of it is bread.
That's cheese.
It's like taking a loaf of bread and then put some stuff on top of it. It's so much bread. A Giordano's large pizza will weigh 20 pounds. Oh, come on now.
And put 20 pounds on you too. What about you, young Kwyn? What's your favorite type of pizza?
My washing machine is liking it loud. But so it's interesting that you say you don't like deep dish pizza, because I don't really prefer deep dish pizza either. I always thought that was like a north side thing. Mm-hmm. So I'm definitely a thin crust Italian fiesta girl. Like, give me the triangle corners, give me the in-between square pieces with like the sausage and the cheese and the grease, where I could just like pick it up with my hand and just slurp it all up. Like, I love a good sausage and cheese pizza. But I've actually been getting into pepperoni as of lately too. Pepperoni ain't that bad. And always, I don't know if y'all put ranch dressing on your pizza, but I love ranch dressing on my pizza.
No,
okay. No. Now that's that new millennial. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. Now you don't dip it.
Not even mild sauce.
Dressing.
Y'all don't put mild sauce on your pizza?
I might put some hot sauce on it.
You gotta try.
You put what sauce on yours, Kwyn?
Mild sauce, some Harrows. You get some Italian fans to get some mild sauce.
No, ain't no way. Sorry.
You order pizza now. And they bring that. I'm like, if you don't get that, what is this white sauce? What? I don't have a salad. I don't have any celery sticks. I'm not dipping my pizza in some ranch dressing.
A frozen home running pizza with some ranch dressing. Man.
So Myra, what are your toppings? What do you like?
You gotta have your onions, your bell peppers. I love a good spicy chicken sausage. I like the roasted tomatoes, some jalapeno.
So you're having salad on a slice of bread.
Yeah, I was like, this doesn't sound like a nice salad. I'll eat it.
It's very good. Y'all ain't gonna shame me about my pizza toppings.
Apparently not, because I'm a green pepper, mushroom, onions, and green olives person. So, and that, so I say salad on a slice of bread. I get that. And you said chicken sausage.
Yeah. If I find a place that has a nice, especially if it's spicy. If it's not spicy, that's okay. Because that crushed red pepper, now that's a must. That's a must. You put that crushed red pepper on there, baby. Leave me alone
I
and
have
call me
fire
Sapphire.
coming out like BJ and Dirty Dragon.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, obscure reference, television reference. What about you, Kwyn? You mentioned.
I mean, I feel like I'm just basic. I don't even want all that. I really just want cheese and sausage. Like I'm
And
that
maybe some
person.
pepperoni.
Maybe if it's not a sausage pizza, and I mean just regular sausage. I don't know what a chicken sausage is. I'm really curious what a chicken sausage. What type of animal is that? What type of animal produces chicken sausage? Like
It's to make people feel
What
better.
do you think?
I'm not judging nobody. I mean, I eat hot dogs. So at this point, I don't know if I'm eating a kitten. I don't know if I'm eating a squirrel. But I was like, wow, what is the chicken sausage? Like, okay, guys, come on, Pokemon. Like, let's do it. But yeah, like I'm very simple. I do not like a lot of toppings on my pizza. And I think that's why I don't really like New York style pizza, because they don't have toppings. Like New York style pizza is so dry. That is some dry, hard pizza.
So let me tell you, and I'm not advertising for them, but Papa John's has unveiled a new pizza with cheese on the bottom. So the bottom is not the crust. The bottom is just cheese.
So how do you pick it up and eat it? You have hot cheese stuck between your fingers? What?
They're calling it the crispy parm, as in Parmesan pizza. And it's a thin crust seasoned with a blend of shredded Parmesan Romano cheese. And so not only is there cheese on top, it's cheese on the bottom.
Somebody had to be high to think about this.
Sounds like that.
It's giving weed head imagination.
Yeah. It sounds like it to me too. They said that we have taken cheese where we've never had it before, flipping the pizza over and putting it underneath the crust. In doing so, we're providing customers with more ability to customize their pizza experience while also enjoying a unique and surprising twist on a fan favorite meal. Where's your favorite place to get pizza?
Actually, it's a place here. I won't even say the name, but it's a local place. But I like it because they have thin crust. They put the fennel seeds on it. It has a very, very Italian.
Fennel.
Oh my gosh! Oh
Where's
yes.
the fennel seed?
It comes inside the sausage.
That's funny. That's funny.
Put a little fennel seed. Oh, trust me, it's a very Chicago flavor. A lot of Chicago pizzas.
I've had it actually on a Chicago dog.
Mm-hmm.
They have fennel sometimes sprinkled on Chicago hot dogs.
But Kwyn mentioned cut in squares. If you cut my pizza in squares, oh yeah, baby, we got it going on. Mm-hmm.
Here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, there's a place called E. Fratelli's, and they have oblong pizzas, and they say never trust a square or a round pizza. That's their slogan, and it's like,
you know what? That's all the pans they got back there in the kitchen. I don't trust their slogan.
I do like some meat fratelli, and it's a thin crust. So I can do that. Kwyn, you mentioned Home Run Inn. That is actually, I think a lot of people can find Home Run Inn in their grocery stores these days.
I hope so. I think I visited. There was some person I was talking about Home Run Inn. I don't know if it's somebody out here in Virginia that said they never actually tried one, a frozen pizza. But that's what I remember growing up with: is Home Run Inn pizza, Italian Fiesta pizza, Beggar's Pizza. And there's this Hyde Park spot that I used to go to all the time in high school that would just cost $5 for a slice and some fries. And I would get some mild sauce on that. And call
a slice of pizza and fries?
For $5. I know.
$5 pizza and fries? Oh my goodness.
You can do that when your stomach is under 40. Yeah. You got that young intestines can handle that.
Very funny.
Not young intestines.
Young intestines, yes.
Back in the day, though, in Chicago, it was, what is it? Numero uno?
Lou Malnati's.
Oh, Illuminati's is cool.
No. It was numeros.
Oh, like numero uno and due.
Yep. And Giordano's.
Giordano's and the Chicago Pizza Company, or Chicago Pizza Grinder, I think was another one.
I really have yet to meet a Black person from Chicago that's like Chicago pizza. Ooh, Giordano's. They always literally say another place. Like Giordano's is such a white establishment.
Well,
It's
you
not
know
if you
what?
get
When
that
I was
thin
growing
crust.
up, they didn't know what to do with all of us Black kids going down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
like, bro, that makes sense. But it's such a tourist fact. Everybody's like, oh, you must love deep dish. And it's like, I actually never knew what that was until I was like 20 something.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, that's interesting too. You're 20 something. You are 20 something.
I know. But we never, it wasn't like my mom, but my mom also, it really isn't like a heavy pizza person either.
Did you have one of those relatives? You don't need none of that. I can make you a pizza at the house. You have one of those?
I wish my mom would make some pizza.
Oh, that's cute.
Some good burgers though. My mom cooks some good burgers and French fries.
Yeah, my Aunt Bess thought she could too. Not so much.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we have people with suggestions, Chica. People are giving us their suggestions. I'm not able to see that, but if we could see that. And before we go.
Well, so somebody asked the place here. I like is Blue Moon. Blue Moon, very good thin crust pizza.
And Kwyn, you want to give up any of your secret spots?
I don't have a place that I like their pizza in Harrisonburg outside of the Walmart pizza, which I think is okay. But I will say in Chicago, please go to Italian Fiesta. You will have to wait an hour or so, but you taste the poverty in the pizza, and I promise you, you make our ancestors proud. So
you
go
taste
back.
The poverty in the pizza,
and then she smothers it in ranch sauce.
If you go to a restaurant in Chicago and they have the bulletproof window, you know you're about to get some good cooking because they have to make their money. Like they're gonna do what they got to do. So
you have to wait an hour to get your pizza for delivery, or when you go to get it.
Delivery and when you pick it up, bond with your family, clean the house, make a playlist. Think about your life choices. By the time you get that, wow.
All of that you have time to do in that hour.
Yes. Literally, whenever I let my mom know that I'm coming home, she's like, oh, you want pizza? She sometimes will joke that she will like call ahead or something like that. Like just because. And I also love Fontano subs. Do y'all know Fontano subs?
I do. Yeah.
Yes, that's my favorite Chicago staple too. I can eat a whole hoagie. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay, we'll talk hoagies one day with you too.
Yes.
Absolutely. I got to scoot out, but I did want to talk about the weather as we talk about trending news. Let's move to trending topics. Over 340,000 Texans are without power as the ice storm continues to move across the state of Texas. The storm left much behind in terms of snow and frozen rain or sleet. Much of Central and North Texas dealing with the ice accumulations, and the ongoing major ice storm continued and possibly lingers for some locations into Thursday, and it's moving to the east. I saw that within its sights, Memphis is one of those cities that's going to hit it, and it's going to continue going east, Kwyn, and I dare say you might get some in the DMV. It's covering much of the central U.S. and causing interstate closures and some power outages. And as I said, 340,000 people reportedly over the last day in the state of Texas without power. So please be careful out there. And one more thing, I know that somebody in your immediate family, Kwyn, is happy about the Kansas City Chiefs. Congratulations going to the Super Bowl.
Yes, I'm a Chiefs fan by marriage. That's the Chiefs. Go them.
You said go them.
Go.
I'm not really a sports fan, but that's where my girlfriend from. So I just be like, yay.
Well, let me just give you this sports fact. For the first time and in Black History Month, 2 Black quarterbacks will be facing off against each other. Patrick Mahomes of the Kansas City Chiefs and Jalen Hurts of the Philadelphia Eagles. That's big. It was big when Doug Williams coached or took the Redskins to the Super Bowl. Then it was the 2 Black coaches, Tony Dungy of Indianapolis against Chicago. And now we have 2, and this is major for Black quarterbacks. And 1 Black quarterback, Jalen Hurts, is represented. His agent is a Black woman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to lie, so I don't know who the quarterback is, but go them.
Well,
Patrick Mahomes is the.
I believe I am quoting Wesley Snipes when he says, "Always bet on black."
Yeah,
So
exactly.
That's who I'm pulling for the win. I'm betting on the black quarterback.
Exactly.
Yay.
And Myra and Kwyn, I'm going to ask you guys to take over for the remainder of the show and talk about what your dates and things that you have coming up that you want to share with people. Myra, I know you're going to Miami. Kwyn, I'm sure you have dates as well. I saw you just in Washington, D.C., so I'm sure things are going well there. And I will sign off here, and everybody have a great day. Pray for us to get off the ground tonight and make it to New York. And I do want to mention that I'm joining with my friends, the American Heart Association, as we celebrate American Heart and Black History Month, and being a part of Be the Beat campaign, encouraging everyone, one person in your household, encourage one person in your household or your business to become CPR certified or qualified. That is, we can save people's lives when we learn how to do CPR. And it especially affects Black women who are not necessarily around people or the venues where they can get immediate help, and we can help them. As well as tomorrow, that's Thursday, I'll be in Harlem at the Long Art Gallery as a part of their Black History Month celebration. So we'll see you there, and see you guys soon. Thank you so much, and we will hopefully have traveling mercies.
Go eat pizza. Well, I will be in Miami February 17th through 19th, opening up for George Wallace at the Miami Improv. And what you got going on, Kwyn?
Yeah, so I'll be in Chicago this weekend performing at Grace Rock Church Saturday, and then also at the Contextos open mic. Contextos is a wonderful poetry nonprofit organization. They do lots of work for those who are currently incarcerated in terms of poetry. And so if you guys can come out to open mic, spit. But if you follow me on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, at Kwynology, then you find the flyer and then all the information there.
Okay, cool. Well, I am so tempted to do something because I'm like, it's like, mommy's gone, the parents are gone. They left Kwyn and I here at the house.
Can I shout out somebody who's watching? Can we do that?
Sure. Do a shout out.
Ashley, I love you, girl. And I want to say hello to your mom, Dana. Thank you so much for flying in to take care of Ashley this week. I'll be home this weekend to finally lay eyes on her. Ashley, I love you. Dana, thank you. And actually, y'all do look alike. Ashley's one of those daughters that try to say she don't look like her mama, but she look like her mama, y'all. And they actually act very, very similar. But shout out to y'all. Love y'all so much. But it does feel like we the two kids away from their mama.
Well, cool. Well, I was going to do my praise twerking, but instead I'm going to go ahead and we're going to close out with Yogi's Jewels.
Yes.
They would probably appreciate me doing that instead of my wonderful dance moves. So,
yes.
First,
you want me to say it?
Yes, you do it.
Okay, so Yogi's Jewels, the daily inspiration for the day is good health is absolutely the best gift that you can give yourself. So you want to inhale good health. Exhale poor health. Okay. Ashe.
Yes. That was very, very good. We want to thank everybody for listening. Please sign up for the newsletter. Take care of yourself. And everybody go eat pizza. And it goes really good with wine. Dip it in wine. It's better than ranch sauce.
Do not dip the pizza in wine, y'all. I don't know what.
I bet you Shane never tried it. Shane never tried it. All right. Bye-bye. Thank you. Yeah. Take care.